Hey guys, sorry for the poor lighting. I don't really know how to make it better, but I wanted to do another update. It's been a few months since my last one, and I just have to say that the comments that I got from you guys were really wonderful. Not because you guys are experiencing the same thing or something similar, but because most of them were really heartwarming and just very genuinely nice comments. So I really appreciate that. And I also have started speaking to a few people who have experienced this as well, and that has been an awesome experience. I've really enjoyed that. So thanks again. As far as my update, I really can't say that anything has gotten worse at all. Things are only getting better. I'm not thinking about the depersonalization nearly as much, like it is not on the forefront of my mind. I mean, it's just such a huge difference. And in the past, when I would go a few days without, after a few days of like thinking about it not as much, I would congratulate myself and be like, oh my god, look, it's getting better. And then I would be like, oh my god, no, I can't think that way. What if it does start getting worse again? And then I'd freak myself out and it would come back more. So that hasn't happened this time. I can realize that I haven't thought of it much and accept that and not freak out that I'm going to start thinking about it now. And even when I do think about it, I'm like, alright, DP, it's there, whatever, and then I move on. And that mindset seems like, in the beginning when I first got this, that mindset would seem like someone was just flat out lying to me if they told me I could ever get there. I mean, I was terrified with it. I couldn't live with it. I thought it was the end of my life. And a year and a half later, I realized that I can live with it. I really can. And the more I realize that, the easier it is, and the easier it is to live with it. So, unfortunately, I'm the kind of person who will find a problem, whether I have one or not. So now I have like this ringing in my ears that when I try to go to sleep, it bothers me, so I have to listen to white noise. And my mom has it too, but I've never really thought about it, so now maybe I had it, but I just didn't focus on it. But now that the DP thoughts are sort of like drifting a little bit, I'm starting to focus on something new to complain about or worry about, so that's great. My psychiatrist said that I should start taking Luvox, which is given to people with like OCD, and I don't have compulsions in terms of like doing things, but she thinks that maybe I have some like obsessive thought processes going on in my head, which is why I harp on things and I have like scary thoughts such as DP or the ringing in my ears, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I just started that, so we'll see how that works. But really, I just wanted to say that it is getting better. The depersonalization is getting better. One thing though is I had some alcohol last night, and I had a really bad experience with it once, and ever since then I've kind of been traumatized, and I get really anxious whenever I drink. So I drank a little bit faster than I normally would have. And all of a sudden I got really anxious, and I've been doing well up until yesterday, and I got really anxious all of a sudden, and the DP got a lot worse. Like, things started to seem like it wasn't real, like I was separated, and I couldn't tell if that was just from the alcohol substance itself or from my anxiety that I got from it. So I think it was from the anxiety, which only further proves the point that anxiety is a huge factor in depersonalization. So the more you relax with it and just try to accept it as much as that sucks, then the easier it will be to deal with. Easier said than done, and time is probably the best thing for that. And medicine. I really think that really does help, as it helped me. But lastly, I got a text message from an old friend of mine. Not an old friend, I just kind of friendly with him the past year or two from my school. He graduated, but he texted me last night saying what's up and asking if I was awake. It was like 1:30 in the morning. And after a few texts, I could tell that he was on some sort of mentally altering substance. I'm not sure what it was, but he asked me if I was real. And I was like, not the question to be asking me, of all people, a DP sufferer. Like, ask somebody else, please. Because I've contemplated that. I've wondered, am I real? Do I feel I don't feel real? But I knew the anxiety that can come along with that kind of questioning, so I said, yes, I am, don't worry, as far as I've been told. And I guess that wasn't a good joke to make, because he was like, are you? And I said, yes. just flat out yes. And he said, well, that's sort of like just the go-to answer. How do you really know? And I was like, listen, trust me when I tell you that it is not worth questioning, because it just freaks you out more and you can't get an answer. So what, you assume you're not real and then you feel better? It's not how it works. So there's that. And then the other thing, I keep thinking that that was it, but there's more. The other thing I want to say is that I've had a lot of like existential thinking going on up here. Like, what's the point of everything, and why are we here, and if something good happens, it's like, why am I really excited about that? Because it doesn't matter at all. And then, of course, when something bad happens, I can't stop myself from feeling bad because the feelings are more powerful. So I use my weird existential thinking for bad. I just take away good things from myself. So I'm trying to work on that and realize that even if I feel like it's not, everything is sort of like purposeless, that doesn't mean I can't enjoy it and try to be happy while I'm here. So that's the mindset I'm trying to gain. Okay, so lastly, I just want to say that I hope all of you who've commented, who may comment in the future, or just watch this video, just are doing okay. Don't give up. Do not give up, okay? Because there are so many people who are experiencing the same thing you are, and they're here to talk, and they're here to listen, and I'm one of those people. I'm really busy with school and homework and stuff, so if I don't respond right away or at all, then I'm very sorry, but I do try to respond to as many as possible, and especially if I feel like, you know, you really need to talk or want to talk. Again, I hope you guys are doing really well as possible, as well as possible, or just keep like trudging along, seriously, because I didn't know how long I could do it, and almost a year and a half later, I'm still going, and I'm better. So there's no reason why you can't get better too. That being said, I'm gonna go, and until the next update.